category engineering. My title is Leak-Proof and Fire-Proof Chemical/Oil Tanks. This idea came to me when my dad was coming home and he was stuck in a traffic accident since there was a fire accident on the road. This was caused because of a chemical transporter truck that was carrying petrol had leaked and exploded near a petrol station. I wanted to find a solution for it, and then I started investigating. Problem: chemical transporter trucks are involved in life-threatening accidents which cause injury, financial loss, and exposure to dangerous substances. Statistics say that between the years 2008 and 2014, 8,963 injuries were involved because of these trucks. If this keeps on happening, loss of lives and damage to property will happen. How do we stop this major disaster from happening? Hypothesis. On top of the original tank layer, I hypothesized that if I add a polyamide sponge on top, then cover it with an elastic layer, the substance will not leak on the road. How it will not leak on the road is if the oil/chemical spills, the sponge will absorb it. You might be wondering what a polyamide sponge is. A polyamide sponge is a sponge that has the characteristic of absorbing oil and chemicals. Materials: oil-absorbent sponge, rubber gloves as elastic material, kitchen towel roll to represent an original tank structure, cooking oil, clear sheet, and sticky tape. Procedure: Step 1. I took a clean sponge which can absorb oil. Then I took a bit of olive oil. I put the sponge in a Ziploc bag, then poured oil into it. The sponge changed color since the oil got absorbed into the sponge. To show how much the sponge has absorbed, I squeezed the sponge. You can see how much oil the sponge had absorbed. I used the kitchen gloves and stretched it to check the elasticity of the material. Results: as I tested, the polyamide sponge did absorb a lot of oil, and I wringed it out and oil did come out. I used the kitchen towel roll to represent an original tank structure. I have left a gap in the middle so you can see the layers. Usually, it won't happen. The layers will overlap each other. And I will show you the prototype. This is the prototype. You can see that the truck is holding it. Conclusion: as per my hypothesis, the polyamide sponge absorbed the oil. The elastic is strong as well. Some problems I faced during making this project was that this sponge didn't stick onto the cardboard roll. After I stuck it on, I continued onto my project. If I had another chance for making this project, I would give sensors to tell the driver that the substance is leaking. I would also make the sponge and elastic reusable forever. Thank you for listening.